Hey, baby.
What's up, mama?
Hey, guys. Today we are going to be talking about it's. I think it's a sensitive topic for some. For some,
Yeah, for some people it will be.
collecting bodies. What do I mean by that? I mean sexual partner. Some people are really open and honest about it. Some people are a lot more, conservative about it. Some people are embarrassed about it.
Also true.
So let's talk about it. Um, People feeling guilty or less than when they have more sexual partners than they would like.
I say walk in your truth.
Okay.
I say don't feel guilty. Don't feel less than. It's your truth. It's your life.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody controls it but you.
It's your body.
You made those decisions.
Yeah.
So live with it and walk in it.
Yeah.
You don't have to tell nobody what you've been doing unless you choose to.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like walk in it.
I mean, definitely, because it was your decision in the first
Absolutely.
place. For the most part, like usually, unless it's something, that is uncontrollable, right? Something that you couldn't help,
Oh yeah, that's not
That's-
you. That's not
that's-
you collecting the body.
That's
man.
definitely not
Absolutely
considered
not.
that. But there's like, I don't know if you saw the post on social media going around with this girl. I forgot who it was. I forgot her name, but she said she had 2,000 sexual partners. 2,000. Now she was fine with it. She was proud
That's
of
all
it.
that
But in the
matters.
comments, people were eating her alive. They were like, "Oh my God." And she's single. She's not in a relationship. Corey. Why Corey over there like, I'm sure she is. Anyway, but she's single. Now I got a question. Does your body count determine the amount of like respect you get?
It
Or should you
shouldn't.
be judged by that? You know what I'm saying?
should not
Because
be.
you should not be, but you are. Mostly, a lot of the times you are. A lot of the times, it's women, it's mainly are judged by their body count, so they feel some type of way about talking about it. But this girl, she was very proud of her, sexual partners, men and women. I think that you could do what you want with your body, but what my opinion is on that is like, be safe about it. You know what I mean? Be safe about it.
As safe as you
Um,
can.
as safe as you can, in your control, right? Like, meaning, I don't know about this generation as far as getting tested and stuff, but I would say like making sure that people ain't walking around giving STDs. Because one girl, a few people have done this that I've seen, that they have, STDs, and they have something going on that's contagious, and they sleep with people on purpose.
Oh yeah.
So you got that too. So you got to just be, I was to say, just be very, very careful. Like,
if you're doing that, you are a foul person.
yeah,
Like
it's messed up.
foul.
Yeah,
Karma
that's
gonna
messed
get
up.
you.
You should definitely go to jail for that.
Yes.
That's, to me, that's like
assault.
certain, yeah. And depending on what it is, it could be attempted murder.
Yes.
So don't do that. But a lot of times, yeah, people, mainly women, are judged for sleeping with multiple people, but men are not.
Correct.
That's not
Well,
fair.
Some are. Some. But
A
not
lot of
like
times
women.
they're
I know,
not.
because I already saw the eye roll. That's not what I meant. I was saying some are.
Right.
That's all I was saying. Not saying they're judged more than women.
You saw my eyes
There we go.
like
Yes.
roll in the back of my head.
I'm not defending anyone here.
Okay.
I'm saying some are.
Okay.
You about to hit
Now,
me with the super eye roll
I
too.
hit you with the super.
Well, all I see is the whites of your eyes.
because like when you're going on a date, and mind you, I don't date because I'm married, but like when you're going on a date and these men are asking, first of all, is it rude to ask on a first date how many people you slept with?
First date, probably.
You think so?
Depends on the type of conversation you're having with the person, though. Whether or not they are going to feel comfortable enough to ask that question on the first date.
Right. Well, from what my friends tell me, men ask right away. Which is weird to me, but maybe depending on what they're looking for in the relationship, Corey, would you ever ask that on a first date? Like, how many people have you slept with? When is that appropriate, like, to ask that question? Or is it even appropriate to ask that question to someone?
I don't think appropriate, or I don't know if you really want to know like that exact number.
People be lying about it anyways, cause like
Right.
you
To make
know
themselves
to make themselves feel
feel
better.
better or look better to the
Yeah.
other person.
Yeah.
They're gonna try to gauge what the other person wants to hear.
They be saying like if somebody say 3, it's really 9. Multiply by 2. I mean, but there's nothing to me. There's nothing to be ashamed about because you made that decision.
Well,
like
see,
you
there's-
wanted to sleep with these
there's two
people.
things,
Why is it a bad thing if that's what you wanted to do? I mean, and if you did it back in your day, you know what I'm saying? Do you talk about it? You ain't got
There's
to
two
talk
things
about
though.
it.
There's
But
fair and reality.
okay,
Right. So what's fair is you should not be judged based on how many people you've slept with, but in
Right.
reality,
you are.
you are.
Yeah. But also maybe people asking because like I know some girls that they had to move to a whole new city. They didn't have to, but they chose to move to a whole new city because they had slept around in that city. So they wanted to start anew, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically start like a whole fresh
I'm sure
life.
men do that as well.
Yeah.
Because it goes around that they be sleeping with everybody and the women will stop messing with them.
Really?
Obviously, depending on what they look like and what they can provide.
Correct.
That also can sway a woman to do whatever she gonna do.
So how soon is too soon to talk about that? Or I wouldn't say how soon is too soon, but when is the right time to talk about that? Like if you deciding to, if you've made a decision to be committed, do you just not ask? Do you just kind of?
Okay, so I am not single, so this is a difficult question for me. I don't know if I would want to know.
I was gonna say if we had just met, right? And
I wouldn't be. Okay, see, when you do us, that's different because I'd be looking like I don't give a damn how many people. It's about to be like mine now.
Is that how you? I mean, that's how some men feel.
Yeah, that's how I would feel about you. Now, another woman, I may not feel that way.
Baby, if you didn't know me at all,
I would still know you.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
I ain't know you when I met you, but I knew you.
But you knew me.
Yeah, I knew you.
Okay, Corey, then I'll ask you. Is it something you would even ask? One. And if you did ask, when do you think the right time is to ask? Is it like right before before you make the decision to be in a committed relationship? And does that determine your decision?
Yeah, I mean, I think I kind of do like a filler space, like kind of feeling out like how active is this person? Not really. Do you take into account their attractiveness though?
True.
Because the more attractive a woman is, the more likely she's at least had multiple suitors,
right?
So she could have chosen to.
That's not always the case, but it's easier.
Yes, it's much easier for an attractive woman to have multiple partners. So. Yes, but also like if they're not as attractive, they can use that lane of having sex with people to make themselves feel. Correct. So.
But do you determine your level of seriousness with them?
Absolutely.
Really? Absolutely. What if that was the past? What if like no, for real. What if that was the past? Like what if they're like, okay, yeah, I slept with like, and how many is too many? I'm sure it varies between people, but like for example, what if a woman was like, okay, I've had 30 partners. Is that too much? That's too much.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
But what about time period? What if this like they're 35 now?
Right, but they did this in college.
When they was in college, they went ham. But the last 10 years, they've been like
chill.
One or two people, they were in long, 4-year relationships or something like that.
He still don't care. He's pretending. So if you guys don't see,
school at like Michigan,
you guys don't see this,
right? Yeah,
you guys don't see this, but Corey, right? Where you were born and raised,
right?
She might know your homeboy.
Back to your neighborhood and be like, yo, I know old girl.
I knew her.
Well, she was doing
college, okay.
Bro.
So then how many do you as men? And I'll say my opinion, but how many as men? How many partners are too many partners for you to just be like that? For you to determine like whether you move forward with someone seriously or not.
I've realized before I wanted to like know that number. Mm-hmm. And I found out that number,
and you ain't like it.
I'm never gonna ask
Right, because with the right person, you might be like two
Don't
people
matter.
might be too much. You be like, oh, another person been in there, you know, like you just.
But see, that's my thing too. I think it depends on how much you like the person, how much it matters. Because if you're looking for a way out, that could be your way out.
But if you like them,
really like them, you'd be like, I don't even want to know the number because I want to see the person how I see them.
I'm gonna say this too, and I'm speaking to the ladies, men, you too, but I'm speaking mainly to the women. Don't beat yourself up for, like, don't feel bad for exploring your sexual needs, because you know, some do feel like, okay, what did they say? You can't turn a hoe into a housewife. That's what they say, but some men, they don't care.
Can't turn a hoe into a husband either.
That's true. But some people change too, you know. I don't know.
Current hoes.
Okay. Now, my next question is, should you have sex before a committed relationship or should you wait? So, like, because some people feel like if I have sex with this person before we commit to each other, this can be another body that I'm collecting. And so then they don't sleep with someone. They're too scared to do it.
Depends on your station. If you're looking for a committed relationship with this person, I would advise you to wait.
You would wait? You would advise to wait? Why?
Just because if you're both are looking to commit to each other, you can wait a little bit. You can see how serious the relationship is first. Now, if it is what it is, then you're going to do what you're going to do.
You know what bothers me about what some stories that I hear is like when people say, oh, if I don't sleep with them, you know, then they're not going to want to be with me. So then you feel pressured to add, you feel pressured to have sex, and then say you do sleep with them and it doesn't work out. That's another body you've collected.
You should never do it out of pressure.
But I'm saying, like, a lot of women feel like, okay, I need to, if they really like somebody, and I'm just saying this from not my own experience, but from like my friends telling me, if you really like somebody and they're like, oh, you childish because you don't want to sleep with me, like, that's childish. Like, we're childish. Adults. We should be able to do whatever we want to do. And you're childish. You don't want to, you want to wait. Like, some people try to guilt you into sleeping with them.
And why would you sleep with that person? You want to do it guiltily or you want to do it happily?
I mean, obviously you would want to do it happily, but I'm saying, like, I'm just telling you, that's how some women collect bodies. Not necessarily being promiscuous. And even if they are promiscuous and they want to, and they're sexually driven, that's their business. But you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times too, women feel like, well, I feel the pressure of sleeping with these men because I want somebody, but if I wait, because then you got people like Kevin Samuels that used to tell women like, oh, you need to do what you got to do. Like, if a woman is 30 years old and she is celibate now, why? He's like, you already gave it up, so why? So you got men like that out there that's like, oh, well, why you want to hold back now? And then they're like, oh, they feel crazy, and then they end up sleeping with somebody, and then it don't work out. And then that's another person that you've added to your collection.
I say you gauge the situation. Like, you can't treat every dude the same. If somebody's pressuring you,
right, then they don't really care about you anyway.
You shouldn't be with them anyway. Yeah. Because somebody who want to be with you ain't gonna pressure you. I can tell you right now, if it's from the dudes I know that's married and the way they got, most of them got what they're women. They're not gonna pressure their woman into having sex. It's gonna happen when it's the right time, when they set the right mood. They're gonna make them feel comfortable enough because they also want to be committed to this person. Right. Ain't no pressure. I'm sorry, as a man, you ain't got to pressure no woman into having sex. If she want to have sex with you, she gonna do it. Yeah,
she already knows. Right. Trust me, she already knows if she's going to or not.
Yes, and if a woman feels pressure, get about that situation.
Yeah.
And I know it's hard for some people because they be having feelings and they don't want to fight the feelings or whatever. But I can tell you right now, it ain't that hard to get a dude to have sex with you. Like, it don't matter what you look like, where you from. It's not difficult. Pretty much any man that's thirsty, they'll sleep with anything. You can find a man if that's what you want. But to find a real relationship, it might take a little bit of patience. It might take a little bit more discipline.
Sifting through.
And that's for men as well. It might take a little bit more discipline to find the right woman. Might take a little more discipline to find the right situation that's gonna last if that's what you're looking for.
And then you got the other side of the coin, which is people that are guilted for not sleeping with people, like for having too small of a body count. Like they feel like, oh, you don't got no experience, or you're a lame, or because we have people that we know that are still virgins. You know what I mean? And we play around, we tease them a little bit, but not like for real. We don't be like, it just be jokes. But you got those people that are like ashamed of not having enough people to sleep with.
Well, then you got the whole incel thing that's popping off with men who are virgins, basically not by choice.
What's an incel?
Incel are basically men who hate women. Literally hate women. And then you ask them a question, so how many women have you dated? If you get on the internet, you can find these dudes all over the place. They'll do little interviews, be like, how many women have you dated? None. They're 30 years old. How many women have you had sex with? None. And they have all these preconceived notions about women, and they hate. The same way you have women who hate men. That's just the male version. So you have to be careful, because those are the ones that be tending to hurt women. They literally have, whatever happened in their life with women, they just don't like women, and they believe women will act a certain way without ever going out and testing whether or not, they can even get a woman. Most of them haven't tried. It's all preconceived notions.
Scary.
It is.
So you didn't answer my question though. Neither one of y'all answered my question about
Lord.
how much is too much. How many bodies is too many bodies? You keep saying it depends. It depends on what?
It depends on the person. It
why?
Depends on how you feel.
But why? Why should it?
Because
why should
somebody that you really, really like, you don't want to know.
If you don't really plan on being with them, then why ask that question in the first place? And if you really want to be with them, then why ask that question? Because you might not want to know.
Maybe protecting your own meat.
But if they're safe, clean, why does it matter? But you can go,
baby.
You can go get tested. Hold on. Okay. Hear me out. You can go get tested without knowing who anybody slept with. You can still go get tested, and they show you that paperwork is clean.
Now let's dive into reality.
Okay.
That's not happening.
Why?
Two people meet at a club. They're thinking about getting it on. Ain't nobody being like, hey, got my papers. They're not doing that.
That would be me. I'm clean.
Just had a recent STD test. I am clean. Where's yours?
Oh, wait, because I was going to say, in California, in Vivid Pictures, in California, they be having them papers.
Yeah,
they literally had them papers on them because there's so many porn stars. There's so many, adult actresses and actors. They have so many of those in California. They keep them papers on them.
That's people in the industry. Now let's talk about everyday people.
Okay, go ahead.
Just at the club, coming from work, meeting at Subway or whatever the hell you meet people at. Because I don't know.
At Subway? I
don't know. I don't know where people meet people
Foot
at.
Long. I get it.
Let me put the hypothetical in place, all right?
Foot Long. No.
So Corey is the only single person in this room, right?
Okay.
Corey leaves here.
Okay.
He goes to his favorite Thai restaurant, right? Sees a woman. It's like she's by herself. I'm by myself. Hey, you mind if I sit down and have a bite with you? She's like, hell yeah.
Okay.
She think he attractive. He thinks she attractive.
Okay.
And they like, yo, where your paperwork at?
Okay, but then what does that have to do with? So it still doesn't matter how many people that you slept with, though. Like, no. Are you going to ask that question in the club too? Then he going to ask that at the table? So that's what I'm saying. Why does it even matter? Because you're saying I want to make sure they clean. That doesn't mean that, because you can be burnt by one person and you've only slept. You know what I'm saying? You can be burnt and only slept with one person.
They don't ask that question at all.
That's my thing. They should. You should ask
how
the
many
body
people
count.
You slept with, but if you're clean or not.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's a whole different conversation.
Yes, but the body count thing.
Do you even want to know?
For a man, it's relevant for some men if they want to be in a relationship for a woman. Because just like Corey said, depends on where it happened also. So if they tell you I done been with 100 dudes
but why
from your
do you
neighborhood,
want to know? If you're not gonna be serious with them, why know anyway, right? If you want to be serious with them, that'll probably hurt your heart if she give you a number that you do not want to hear. So then why ask?
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I was explaining. Depending on where it took place also could matter. If she been with 100 dudes and you like, that ain't no big deal, but it's 100 dudes from your neighborhood, now it could be a big deal.
But it could be one person from the neighborhood. You're not gonna like that.
Nah, I don't think most dudes would trip about that. Would you? If it was one dude that you knew, be like, oh yeah.
I mean, if they were a friend, yeah.
What if it's somebody you didn't know at all?
Oh,
you said from the neighborhood though that you see
so from
often.
the neighborhood, if it was a friend, if it was one person, I wouldn't think that's a big deal. But if it's like
it depends on that person. Like every time they see you, they looking at you like.
But if it's like 80
you know, I had
boys,
that, right?
you gonna be like, bruh. They be like, you be like, they all of them be like. Now that's a whole different issue.
Okay, but what if it's still someone? So if it's somebody that you really, really like, you just have to just leave her alone, huh? Just let her go because is that embarrassing? Is it?
Yes,
it's embarrassing
for men. Yes.
Some men don't care though. Some men be like, "Well, you had her before. I have her now. That's my girl now."
Sweetheart, not in that situation. Like if it's
you just said to me, if you met me.
You're a different. Okay, let's not put you in that category,
baby. But if you didn't know me, I would still be in the same category.
First of all, none of my friends could get you, so true. I don't think I had that problem. I ain't trying to badmouth my friends, though. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to say
they're like my brothers, though, so it's hard to like.
That would be weird in and of itself.
Super weird. Yeah. I feel like I said before. I feel like if I ever threw myself at any of his friends, they'd be like, "Are you okay?"
They'd be on the phone with me.
Are you okay? Something's wrong. You need to go to the doctor.
And not after the fact either.
Oh, no.
You got those friends also. They'll hit you up afterwards. Yo, bro, you won't believe what just happened. You be like, what? Yo, girl.
She tried
this. And they'll be like, what you mean she tried? You slept with her? Well, I mean, yeah. So she didn't try.
She did. Yeah, got to see it through, my boy. Got to see it through, my boy.
I mean, I was feeling some type of way.
She was feeling some type of way. Yeah, no. Your friends would never. No. I would never, but your friends would never. You got good friends. But like, that's what I'm saying though. You're saying that it's all these.
See, that's the problem with hypotheticals though, because you can't just label it. Every single person gonna make you react different. You gonna get with a woman, you might think she's beautiful, but there's something about her you just don't like, and you want to out. You gonna get that out if she tells you a number. She could say 1, that might be too many. But then you could get with a woman you really, really like, and it could be 30, and you just like, God damn, like, whew, that's a lot. But
would that affect your future relationship with her?
Depends on the man.
Like, would you throw that in her face? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the question that...
Depends on the man.
You know, yeah. Would that be thrown in his or her face? You know, their amount of people that they've slept with, like...
See, men get a pass, though, a lot of times because... women be like, that's what men do, right? And then I always
those
say,
double standards.
There's a super double standards because that's why I said some things are fair, but what's reality? The reality is
two different things. Yeah,
women there's more onus on women, and the number of partners they've had because children, of course, the responsibilities that come after sex that men don't have to deal with. So I always say, and it's not fair to put the responsibility on women, but this is reality, and the reality is it's more on a woman, as far as sex is concerned, that I wouldn't say limit the number of partners, but that could be held against you. That's just the reality of the situation.
But then if you're a certain age and you've only had a small amount of partners, and people also look at you crazy.
Yes.
Depending on the man though, right? Depending on the partner. I wouldn't say the man because there's so many different types of relationships now, but depending on the person.
They be looking like something wrong with you.
Right.
Like
so it's like you damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of thing.
You're 40 years old, you only had 2 partners. And you only been in a relationship no longer than 2 years. They be like, what's wrong with your stuff?
But that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like not.
But you tell them 20, they be like.
Okay, I got it. So if you were to meet someone and they were so bad, like just gorgeous, smart, funny, great personality, career oriented. She wants to be a mommy, if that's what you're looking for. Everything that you're looking for in a woman. But she's like, I've slept with, 40 guys.
God damn.
But not in the city that you're from.
That's a lot of people, though.
What if it was like you said, like, I don't know, a podunk town?
That,
Everybody, where everybody knows that's a whole nother.
There might be some cousins up in there.
But what if that was the scenario, right?
Damn. I'm gonna tell you right now.
But she's everything. Like, she's beautiful. She's
I wouldn't
smart.
have asked. If I was that much into a woman,
just don't.
I wouldn't have asked, because maybe it would come up like later on in conversation, but I probably would never ask.
So what if she was like, y'all been together for, I don't know, 10 years. And she's like, I want to tell you something.
Don't tell me now.
Don't volunteer that.
Don't. Because then, again, all right. So let me break something down for women, because on this podcast, we're going to talk about this a lot.
Okay.
So I might as well say it again, because I've said it before.
Okay.
A man's imagination is his worst enemy.
I think everyone's imagination is their worst enemy.
I don't know. I feel like men are worse, because we will literally psych ourselves out of a good thing because of our imagination.
Self-sabotage.
So we could be with this woman for 10 years, right? And we could have a great life. And then after 10 years, you tell a man it's been 40 dudes. All of a sudden, there's imaginary dudes that we see doing the same thing to you that we do to you. And it is unbearable. And it's repeatedly. It just keeps replaying. Then we go to sleep, we see another dude on you. It's like, oh, God, yes. Straight nightmares.
But you've already been with her for 10 years.
Matter.
It was a long time ago. She just wants you to know.
But the
dudes just want to clear her plate. You know what I'm saying?
But the dudes that she had been with, we never saw them. We never imagined them. They didn't exist to us. Now they do. Now it's a whole new situation.
Right. So now every man you see, you be like, did you sleep with him too? Oh, that's not. Aw.
Now what's going on in your head? Am I the best one? Now you having a little self-doubt. Who was big? Who was? Like the stupid questions that a dude is going to ask himself that's totally irrelevant to the situation. Right. But to us, that's all we think about now. See?
Corey's agreeing. Okay.
Our imagination is our worst enemy. That's why I told you one of the sexiest outfits you ever wore. What you could only see your face and your hands. She had on a turtleneck, long sleeve. It was super tight. Body was banging. You know what I mean? Booty was out there. But a man's imagination, imagining you naked, is almost better than actually seeing. Because once we see you naked,
we already
know what it looked like, so we don't have to imagine no more. But if we don't see it, we're imagining something amazing. You know what I mean? So if you live up to the expectation when we actually see what we're imagining, it makes it all the better. But if you don't, then it hurts even more. Okay. Because we're imagining like the way, like, you know, they got all this extra help stuff with women. Yeah. So when you take that off and something sagging that we wasn't expecting to sag, and it's like, oh snap, that it's not you, and it's not even, it don't even have to be that bad. It's just what our imagination did to us made it worse.
Okay.
So it could be anything.
Okay.
But our imaginations are our worst enemy. And it bothers us.
Okay.
So that's like, you done been with somebody 10 years, just shut that up. That it ain't never happened. We don't want to know. We don't need to know. And you're not helping us by telling us.
But what if it's something she wants to get off her
then
chest?
Go tell it to a priest. Don't tell it to us, because you go jack us up.
Okay.
Let us see you exactly the way we see you. That's the person we fell in love with. That's the person.
But it's still the same person.
Years. Yes, but now my imagination kicks in.
I wish I could see Corey's face. His facial expressions he's making.
To admit, you're not the same person no more. You before I was with you for 10 years, and we could have just thought, she probably had a couple people. But now we know it's 40. So now you're the woman who had 40 dudes before me. It just changed the dynamic. See what I'm saying? There's questions.
Even after 10 years.
Was it more than one at one time?
Yes.
Was it? You know,
but it's the same.
It goes far. Like,
yeah, I see. Like, what is going on?
Yes. And imagine, like, all right, so think about.
Old pictures. Oh, she was in
yes.
in 2016.
Like, was it 6 dudes then?
Oh.
Yeah. Did she get 3 that weekend?
Oh. Wow. But she's still the same person.
But it's our imagination is killing us.
But she's still the same person.
And then think about this, too.
Go to Vegas with her, it's like, I don't even want to go. She probably did something while she was there.
And then think about it too. We're thinking about what we do, right? So say we're one of them dudes and we ramming, like when we did the last pod, we a rammer. We like, yeah. So now we're thinking, so she likes that. Another dude has done this.
Yes.
Who started that?
Told me she liked it. She told me she liked it. So who was the person who did it where she found out?
That she liked it.
Right. And now how many dudes before me was also doing that? So now we're just thinking in our mind, dudes, just, again, no face. Dudes just, And we like, yeah, like, you know, we.
Different cities. Now you don't want to go anywhere.
Nope. Everywhere she went, like, we can't go to that city because
I don't know. I don't think that's fair. If after 10 years and she's the same person that she.
But it's not the same.
Or maybe not. I mean, I guess because that's like if it's not this is not the same. But if somebody was like, yeah, I killed a couple people back in my day. Like, wait, what? Yeah, it was about 20 years ago.
But see, even that depends on the situation.
But why? So why a murderer get more chances than
ain't gonna be no self-defense coochie or penis.
Wait, what?
If they killed somebody, it could have been self-defense. They had to. Give me a situation
what
where
if they
you
feel
had
like
to.
they had to
save
a life?
We don't care about that. To save a
'cause,
life?
Yeah, sex, like men, you know, the more that they have
40 men? Notice we're not getting how many times those 40 men have also, like, there's more to it.
Oh my God, guys. Like, y'all's imagination's killing me already. Like,
we also
I get what you're saying, but at the same time, it's like, dang, y'all really go far with the imagination.
Yes. It's
y'all
brutal.
Be thinking like trains and stuff is happening too, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Self-sabotage like a relationship before.
You gave a man too much information, and we took that little piece of information and we went all the way left with it.
Super left.
We don't know what's going on no more. We don't even know how we ended up where we're at. But our imagination took us here.
So then what do you say to somebody after that? Like, after you've done so much of the Inspector Gadget work or detective work, what do you say after that if you don't want to be with her no more?
Let's put it this way. I feel like the first day, so say this happened on a Monday, a man ain't going all the way register yet.
Okay.
Right? She told me Monday morning. I thought about it all day Monday.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about it all day Tuesday. Here we are. It's 3 weeks later. I'm still thinking about it. Now it's hitting us. You know what I'm saying? And you just start to change a little bit. You start not to be wanting to be touched as much. You know what I mean? You start thinking about all these, and it just keeps, and eventually, more than likely, we're going to see our way out.
After 10 years?
It's not your fault. It's our imagination does us
just won't
dirty.
It won't let you get past.
No, just rather not. You'll see.
And so that's why a lot of women, I would say women, because again, I don't talk to men like that about this, but just talking to friends, that's why a lot of women, they do not discuss how many partners they've had because of that.
We psych ourselves out. They be like, just, you meet a dude, like, again, I ain't trying to tell people to lie. Just don't tell us. Like, we don't really want to know. Mm-hmm. We ask, but it's kind of like what we want to hear is 0, but then what we want to hear is like 1 or 2. What we don't want to hear is 40, 50, 60. You know what I mean? Like, but I guess that goes both ways, but I can't speak for women. Because you would be with a dude that done put his meat in 60 people?
I would prefer not to be with.
It's a lot of people.
Yeah. I mean, because kissing because for me, I'm like, are you kissing this person?
You see what we doing all of that.
Are you kissing 60 people? It ain't for me. It's just something I choose not to be a part of. We thinking about
where people put their mouths, where you put yours, what's going on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we thinking all this junk.
And then you thinking like all the stuff you do with me.
Yes. So we're also thinking about what we do.
You know those people that be like, I don't usually do this. Like, liar.
Then you start thinking like, man, when we did that one thing, she was real comfortable right off rip. You're like, that wasn't the first time. Mm. And you just keep going. And it just keep going.
The imagination can be a tricky thing. Tricky thing.
It's dangerous.
So then, did y'all answer my question about having sex before you do a committed relationship, before you decide on that?
Like I said, I just think it depends on the person. I feel like if 2 people want to be committed and y'all talking about being committed, then I think you could solidify the relationship a little bit more before that happens. Mm-hmm. Just to make sure y'all are both at the same place. Now, I ain't saying it got to be 6 months, a year, or whatever. That's between y'all to figure that out.
Okay, so I got a question. A lot of times I've been seeing on social media that a lot of text messages have been going around of, men just being like, they're just meeting this person, this woman, and they're texting crazy stuff like, for example, I think one of them was like, "What you doing?" And the girl's like, "I'm in the shower," or just got out the shower. "Oh, I wish I could have joined you in there." Like, when is it too soon to talk about, or when is a better time to talk about that? Because like some women cool with it. They're okay with it the first time. Depends on, as a woman, I think it depends on how attracted you are to this person, how much you like this person.
Depends on where you feel like you're going with this person.
Yeah.
Because some dudes that do that, it's immediate turn off. I personally, I wouldn't know why a dude would do that. That's corny as hell.
Yeah.
You just met a chick, you tell them, like, unless you see her as just somebody you about to handle.
There's literally men that I have not, that I don't even know. Okay. Like, might have met you 5 minutes ago. They talk about like, "Oh, I'll do this and do that." You don't even know me, but you put your mouth down there like you don't know me. Mm-hmm. You don't know what I got going on down there. Now, I ain't got nothing crazy.
Those ain't the men you're supposed to be trying to get in a relationship with.
Right, but like men, y'all stop doing that. Some women like it, but a lot also, don't. We don't want penis pics. We don't want. Well, you would be surprised.
No, because what I mean is the men that I know, I can't think of not one of them doing that.
You would be surprised. Some of these men are men that are well known, rich, famous.
Well, that's also a different.
And you just
thing.
Be like,
because the rich men,
why you say that to me?
They act differently too. I feel like
it's
rich
the audacity
men and broke men, they kind of had the same mentality with that. Because broke men don't have no discipline, they just do whatever the hell they gonna do, right? Rich men don't have no discipline because everything's given to them. You know what I mean? So they kind of, when it comes to women and sex, like you'll see a lot of broke men having multiple baby mamas. Why women keep sleeping with these dudes, I don't know. But then you see rich men with the same mentality. The men who are in the middle, you know what I mean? Like you see, they usually be a little different. They're a little bit more mindful of their situation.
Okay.
But a broke man ain't got nothing going for themselves, and a rich man can afford any situation they in.
Interesting.
So it's like, you talking celebrities and stuff, they live a whole different
They be talking
lifestyle.
Reckless.
And if you got 50, 60 million in the bank and you go get 6 women pregnant, what's child support to you? Yeah. Nothing.
But I'm just saying too, I mean, they just be wanting to do all kind of weird stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody think about STDs anymore, or?
Again, the men on the lower end of the scale, they just don't care. The men on the higher end of the scale, they can afford to go to the best doctors and get fixed in their mind. Magic Johnson ain't had AIDS before AIDS was curable.
Wait,
while people was dying from AIDS left and right, Magic Johnson was diagnosed in the 90s when people was dying all the time. He was rich. All of a sudden, Magic Johnson ain't got AIDS no more. That's how they think. They're not going to die from stuff because they can afford to pay for it so they can have all the partners they want. And then again, on the lower scale, the lower end of the scale, they just have nothing going for themselves. They have no discipline, no nothing. So they also don't care. I say the people in the middle, the men in the middle who got something to lose, they're the ones who are more like
careful.
Yeah, let me at least. I ain't saying they not male whores either. I'm just saying a lot of them will be more likely to be a little bit more cautious because they got, if they get someone pregnant, that can really hurt them financially if it's child support. So, they may be, if they're mature, a little bit more cautious than the broke and the rich.
I guess.
I ain't saying it's a fact. I just feel like, from my experience, the men that I know, they would be a lot more cautious. They ain't looking for no baby mama. If they're going to be in a relationship, it's going to be that. If they're going to have just random sex, they're going to try to take as many precautions as possible.
Do y'all really be believing people when they say, I don't usually do this? You don't,
No.
you don't believe it?
What make you so special?
Well.
Or what makes me so special? That you don't usually? What does usually even mean?
Like, I don't do this.
I don't usually do this.
I mean, I've done things with you that didn't usually do.
Didn't, but you do now.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, did you not believe me?
We've been together since kids, so obviously.
No, I'm saying like not everybody be lying about that. Like
I just feel like that's a weird thing to say. I wouldn't even say that.
But they afraid somebody might be thinking it. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you doing this with me, how I know you ain't doing this with, or how I know you didn't do this with all these different people.
Well, then maybe the first time you and your new partner get together, you may want to hold back just a little bit.
No, you can't hold back.
You can't give them the A++ the first time.
You have to give them the A++ if you want to be with this person.
Damn.
You need to let them know what they're getting.
You want to go all out and pull out all the stops?
It's like going to a restaurant and the chef coming out like, "Nah, I ain't seasoned it all the way because I didn't want you to see everything I got under my sleeve."
You gonna do everything with the new person the first time?
I mean,
just everything on the table. It's whatever.
What
You're not gonna build to nothing.
I mean, I think it depends. I think it depends on the chemistry. I think it depends on the chemistry. I think it depends on.
I just don't know how you give them everything the first time. Everything, whatever, everything's on the table. Whatever you want, whatever I want, it's all on the table. The first time.
No, but I think you should come out guns blazing though. At least.
No, it should be good.
It should be great. It should be phenomenal.
Well, see, that's also difficult because y'all don't know each other.
Well, as phenomenal as it can be at that time.
Yeah, because
it'll get better. Obviously, I mean, hopefully it gets better with time and as you and experience with each other. But I'm saying like,
but that's what I'm saying. How you just gonna have just guns out first time? Mouths go everywhere, everything like just all out.
You already exchanging energies.
I don't know about that. What you think? Is all out first time?
What's all out though? Like, what are y'all talking about? That's what I want to know.
Nothing's off the table.
I would say
that's oral.
Because if you don't know where it's going,
down,
the upside down is fine.
Kama Sutra it out.
That's fine.
You know what I mean?
Anal.
I'm saying whatever.
That's your business. Listen, y'all. That's your business. If you want to do that,
everything's just on the table.
No. I will retract my statement. I will retract my statement and say, bring the heat.
I would like to hear what other people say about that.
So if they can make
this little part real, I want to know what people say. Like, are you supposed to put everything out there on the very first time you have sex with somebody?
I wouldn't
with someone you want to commit with, not a random, somebody you're looking to have a relationship with. Do you go all out? No stops, just everything on the table the very first time.
Pulling out all the tricks.
I say no. I say you
make
it enjoyable.
I have to retract my statement.
I say you make it as enjoyable as possible.
Right.
And you have some conservative areas where you're like,
I agree with you. I agree. I'm sorry, guys. I take it back.
I
take it back, everyone. I take it back.
Because even men, we got to gauge how hard. We can't give you everything the first time. I don't feel like men can give you, because we don't want to set ourselves up for failure. If we give you everything the first time, how do we beat that?
Just keep doing it. Just stay consistent.
No. That's not how it works.
I'm telling you what you mean. That's not how it works.
See, this is how I was dealing with women.
Right,
yes.
To stay
men
consistent
and women are the
with that.
No, we have to have. Men. We also have this thing called egos, right? Especially with sex, right?
Okay.
So if we give you it and you're like, man, that was phenomenal. We know in the back of our minds, we got about 6-7 more levels we can go. Okay. But if we give you everything, you like, ooh, that was phenomenal. We like, damn, where do I go from here?
You at least stay consistent. But
it won't get no better.
That we
I already set myself up because it's not gonna get no better.
But it can always get better, babe.
You got to remember, we're not talking about reality here. We're talking about our mindset.
Well, we're not talking reality.
We're talking about our mindset now. Our mindset is like, I just gave her everything I had on the first try.
No, I get that. I understand what you're saying.
We want to have somewhere to go.
Yeah, I understand you want to have somewhere to go. I get that part. And I agree with you on it. I'm just saying it's still, if you did go there, then you just got to stay consistent. That's the main thing that we want. That's the main thing.
Just don't go there yet. Build up to that.
Build up.
Get about 7-8 times in before you hit your peak. And you know this is where it's going to stay consistent. So she can at least be like, oh, my God, that was better.
It's better every time.
God, it's better. Now you in a place where it's like, ooh, okay, I'm cool right here.
Right.
But if you just cool right there the first time, she going to be like, ooh, that was the first time. The next time going to be even better.
Yeah.
And you like, I done pulled everything out.
No, I understand that. I get that part.
All the tricks, everything you done learned in your past experiences is on the table, and you just like, ugh.
Yeah, but I really feel like, I don't know if this is right, but I feel like you can't really pull out all the stops because everybody's different.
I love how women think.
But you know what I'm saying? Like,
y'all
can't
are logical
really...
sometimes.
Wow.
Y'all
Sometimes?
Are. No, y'all are logical.
Oh, okay.
But in situations where women aren't technically known to be logical, y'all can be very logical in those situations, and men can be very emotional.
That's interesting, huh?
Yes. It's very, very, very interesting, because in situations where we would expect you to be logical, you're emotional, and then we expect you to be emotional, you're logical. Same with men.
But you would expect a woman to be emotional in something like that?
Yes.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Because women, when it comes to sex, women are more emotional with it. The connection, the way they feel. Men are like, we gotta feel you.
I don't know, because nowadays, honestly, women, we think different now. We think different now. Like, I wouldn't say we think like men, but I would say that we think differently in a sense where, not everybody, but where we think highly of ourselves. And we look at sex different. With
your committed partner? Because I would understand that if we was just out and about. But your committed partner, you usually are emotionally attached.
Yeah, but again, you never know. Like, again, nowadays, you never know what we'll agree to nowadays. Because things change. Times change. The thought process changes. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it just really depends.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying, like, women can't, handle random sex anymore. I believe they absolutely can. Mm-hmm. I just feel like with a committed partner, it still kind of goes back to how you guys want to be committed to somebody. Mm-hmm. The physical part is important, but is the emotional part not more important than the physical? With somebody you want to be with long term?
Yeah, emotional is important.
Like more important than the physical? Same?
Yeah. I would say more important.
Yeah, and I guess that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Because for men, it gets to be more even. I don't know if it ever becomes more emotional in the beginning of a relationship than the physical part, because we like, something to look at. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? We love the physical of our woman. That's why everybody want to find woman.
The thing about women, though, we definitely see partners different. I mean, obviously we want to be attracted to our partners. Yes. Physically, but we definitely, and that's a whole nother podcast too, but we definitely see our partners differently than
Kevin Samuels said men don't have to be attractive. And when he said that, I was like, damn, that's
we would like them relevancy. To be. But different people are attracted to different things, yes. Right? So what is attraction? But I was gonna say, what is attractive? Like, a personality can definitely be super, super attractive.
Yes.
Success. The way that this person treats you. Like,
but that's why I say men and women are different, because like a successful woman could be attractive to a man, but I don't see that as being like, we'll pass over everything else. Like a dude can literally look like a horse. Wow. He got swag and some money. He'd be a bad horse then. Dudes would be like, she's successful, but damn, I don't know if I could do it. Women be like, I don't care about what he look like. He treat me right. He make me feel good about myself. Yes, my man look like a horse. It don't matter.
He a fine horse.
He a fine horse.
Yeah, that is how women think. Most women, I mean, yeah, if you treat us good and you make us laugh.
Feminine energy.
Yeah, you make us feel safe, protected, emotionally, physically, spiritually. We like, psh,
he got everything else. Women be like, I'm cute enough for both of us.
Exactly.
Men don't think like that.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying.
Y'all stink. Y'all stink. Y'all stink.
I definitely know times change. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because even with one of our last reels, when women are like, oh no, women can have sex. I'm not saying women can't have.
Women can definitely have sex without emotion.
Sex, absolutely, they can have sex without emotion. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But in the grand scheme of things, when a man has emotion in it, it's usually different than when a woman does.
Yeah.
Because when men get emotional and you break a dude's heart,
y'all barely know how to handle emotions. Men barely know how to express their emotions.
Correct.
So then when they can't like handle something, the emotions go haywire.
Mm-hmm.
Women, we're used to dealing with emotions like on a monthly basis. Oh my gosh, already.
See, like women,
and then just we're just from a child. Usually we're already used to dealing with emotions.
The stories you even hear when a woman gets her heart broken, the worst things we be hearing is, they done messed up a car and burnt some clothes. Dudes be going on rampages. You know what I mean? Like it's literally insane what some men do because they got their heart broken.
Okay, I got another question then. This goes back to the body count. Say you were with this person for like 5 years.
Okay.
But y'all did not discuss the body count.
Okay, so
but somebody told
previous, you. Oh, goddamn.
But somebody told you, one of your homeboys or maybe her family member, like, you think about marrying her?
I think it depends on the person. I would, because sometimes you might just take it with a grain of salt, like, they don't really know. Because you don't really want them to really know.
Right, I was going to say, but then does that affect you, though? Like, do you actually, you might be like, they don't know, but then in the back of your mind, like, they might know.
It depends on the situation at that point, because you didn't hear it from your girl. You may just be like, whatever. But you also might be like, well, damn, now I got to ask.
Would you feel forced to ask?
Possibly.
Wow.
Possibly.
Just depends on what information you were given.
Yes. Like if it's somebody that you, like, one of your friends that they're not going to lie to you.
Right.
You one of them, like, they only going to give you straight up, and you be like, yo, where you got this information from?
They got receipts and everything.
They show you text message like, yo, it's this, boom, 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 boom. Now you like, okay, I know this person only got my back. They've never steered me wrong. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's going to be, but if it's just like a random person, you'd be like, man, get up out of here. Nobody trying to hear you.
But you would still think about it.
Nah, not if it's a random. That's like somebody saying on the internet, I slept with your girl. Like,
they definitely do that.
Okay.
Somebody said, am I still sleeping with Drake? I was like, I didn't know I was sleeping with Drake in the first place.
Is Drake still alive?
He is.
Okay, then she ain't sleeping with Drake.
Yeah, somebody said, am I still sleeping with Drake? I'm like,
Drake could never.
Are you on the wrong page? I'm Keaira LaShae. Are you mixing me up with somebody else? That's strange. But yeah. So, okay, well, this was interesting. I would say, to end my little, conversation with it, do what you do with your bodies. It's your body. It's your experiences. Mm-hmm. Do what you do. Just do it safely.
Do it safely.
That's all.
But also understand that some actions have consequences and be okay with those consequences.
Yeah. If you don't want nobody to know, don't tell them.
Don't tell nobody.
Yeah. Do like one of my homegirls just moved to a different city and state. And that's it. That's all for me. That's it for me. You have anything else to say?
Nah, that's it.
Thank you guys so much for listening, for watching. Here's a word from our sponsors. If you're looking to up your nutrition game, make sure to check us out at justmovesupplements.com, a premium vegan supplement brand with proteins that taste like it came from your grandma's kitchen and energy supplements that taste like Kool-Aid. Make sure to check us out at justmovesupplements.com. Are you ready for a crazy transformation? Check out ifyoucanmove.com to experience a variety of fun workouts like dance, kickboxing, calisthenics, and monthly fitness challenges that get you amazing results. And don't forget to download the app.
Go to teamlashae.com for all your fitness accessory needs, from gloves to booty bands and everything in between.
Check out PageAndAmari.com for luxury and athleisure wear. Look stylish at the gym, on a date, or just hanging out.
Show your love for Black culture with sayit-loud.com, our statement brand that highlights Black excellence.
Make sure to check us out on the Perfect Couple Podcast. Please leave a review,
a comment,
a question,
subject matter,
DM us topics, all that stuff. follow us on Instagram and TikTok at the Perfect Couple Podcast, and our solo Instagrams
at KP_the CEO,
at Keaira LaShae. Thank you so much for listening, and we will see and talk to y'all soon.